Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and we did a video on Kyrie Irving recently because he gave a long, in-depth, very articulate, Instagram post where he explained why he was being defiant and not going along to get along when you had fans saying, "How could you do this to us? You're screwing us, Kyrie," but now the tide is turning. And as we showed you over on Mixed Martial Mindset, if you were watching that yesterday, and if you didn't, I would really encourage you to check it out. A lot of great stuff on there. The uncensored version, of course, over at Rockfin. And there will be parts of this video that we can't play on YouTube. So if you're watching it over on YouTube, I'm just saying to you now, you might want to come over to Rockfin by the end. Because we're going to be showing more than just this Floyd Mayweather video, okay? But the tide turns, and all of a sudden there are violent altercations outside of the Barclays Center, okay? Because Kyrie Irving is not being allowed to play. And, he said so many big things. That's what a man does. He stands up. Just like that's what a woman does. A human being does. If you watched my previous video that we just put live, plenty of mama bears and papa bears out there standing up for their kids. This isn't about sex. This is about standing up for humanity. And Kyrie said, you know what? A paycheck isn't that important. He's like, I want to be a champion. My history's already written. I am a champion. I want to go further than that. But I'm not going to bend the knee. I'm not going to bend the knee. And Floyd Mayweather, who I've never been a huge fan of, who's the money man, whose fights, quite frankly, are not that exciting, okay? And here's the deal. I'm a big fight fan. I've never been a huge shit-talking fan when it comes to that type of sport, right? It's just not something I'm interested in. I think some of the best fights out there had nothing to do with that. It's all about matchup, skill levels, etc. But he sold himself. He actually became more and more marketable the less and less he would fight people and the more smack talk that he would put out there. It says a lot about society. We've talked about that. But here, where he comes to the aid of Kyrie Irving and in about a minute or so, really breaks it down. And again, I can't thank him enough for this because I think it really is important to, especially in this time, have people with huge personas, huge public outreach no matter what, stand up against this predator class tyranny. And before we get going, I do want to remind everybody we are fully demonetized on YouTube. We could be taken off at any time. The strikes are arbitrary. Who knows how they're going to react to the video of the Davenport School Board that we just put out there, even though, it's an open forum, it's a public forum, and these parents are literally just ignored while, you have these authoritarians hide behind masks and placate to the flag. So if you want to watch that, that's here amongst Rockfin. Now, it's free, right? Let's hit it. Let's refresh. Just like the uncensored version of Mixed Martial Mindset is free. I think that we put up a premium, which you can find for free elsewhere. I wouldn't have put premium, where Wrist Flex and I are discussing basically mental health during the social media era. At least make the free account. Come on over, because you're going to want to see the end of this when we talk about Scott Jensen now being investigated for the 5th time, his medical license, for the 5th time, and how they are going after good people, and more good people must stand up. If you have the premium subscription, of course, you get all that. $99.99 for the year locks you in. You endorse Jason Burmis, you get everybody's premium stuff. It's like a Patreon group. It's like a Netflix Patreon for different content creators. I do want to thank Odyssey for backing me up, and of course the GoFundMe down below. We are trying to lock in that building. Man, what is it? The end of October. I so want to get going by the 1st of January, but we'll see if we can make that happen, Cap'n. But we're pushing forward. Oh, and of course, we push forward with no window there. Look at that. You got to love it when we got it going that good. But here is Floyd Mayweather, okay? And just listen to what he has to say.
Kyrie, what's up? I know you're going through a lot. we had a chance to hang out in 2016 when you represented America, when you represented the red, white, and blue. You only want to be treated fair. I was going to post something on one of my social media pages, but I decided to do it the old school way and read it out to you because you're a great person, great father, great athlete, and you believe what you believe. America is the land of the free. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and supposedly freedom to choose. Never be controlled by money. I respect you for having some integrity and being your own man. A free mind makes its own choices. An enslaved mind follows the crowd.
Let's stop that right there. A free mind makes his own choices, and a slave mind follows the crowd. And so many people wanted to believe that this time the government was telling me the truth. This time I'll roll my sleeve up. Right? Right, America? This time it's all going to be okay. But guess what? This time means a third time and a fourth time and a fifth time. And every time they want to put something in your body, no matter what it is. In fact, Bill de Blasio got on TV today smugly after, again, the vast majority of the mainstream media either played down or did not report at all on the massive protests in New York City against these mandates, against this key to slavery pass that's really keeping Kyrie Irving from playing, right? Just totally ignored it. While Bill de Blasio takes his booster on air just like he was eating cheeseburgers on air, right? And he's the hero. And he just doesn't care about the citizens. That's how concerned they are with your well-being and health, that first responders like firefighters, police officers, and healthcare workers mean nothing to him. And just and notice, while he does his press conference, saying sorry, just sorry, he takes that third shot because, as the CDC told you this week, they just might have to update what fully boop boop means. So, do you have a free person's mindset, or do you have the mindset of a slave? Let's back that up. About 10 seconds. There we go. Let's hear it again. Let's back it up a couple more. There we go. 20 seconds.
Athlete, and you believe what you believe. America is the land of the free. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and supposedly freedom to choose. Never be controlled by money. I respect you for having some integrity and being your own man. A free mind makes its own choices. An enslaved mind follows the crowd. Stand for something or fall for anything. One man can lead a revolution to stand up and fight for what's right. One choice, one word, one action can change the world. It's crazy how people hate you for being a leader. I hope your actions encourage many others to stand up and say enough is enough. Respect to you, Kyrie, and power to the people.
Power to the people. One man. And I know a lot of my audience likes to take the big old Dumpsky and Hutch all over professional sports and sports in general. But I've always taken it like this. Yeah, is there bread and circus in it? Sure. But especially when you're in team sports, growing up teaches you leadership, teaches you discipline, right? Gives you the incentive for exercise on top of all of it. And it creates a new dynamic in you. And even a guy like Mayweather, who's in a sport where it's really you have to work with other people. Iron sharpens iron. So that, in combination with so many people identifying with sports teams, a guy like Kyrie Irving, a guy like Mayweather saying this has to end, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Now, we're going to go to this video here, but we can't play it on YouTube, all right? All right, we is it really? There we go. We can't play this one. Scott Jensen just put this up. But I'm going to set it up for those that are going to come over to Rockfin so that they can see the uncensored video. Scott Jensen is a doctor that's been very truthful and very honest throughout this whole COVID-1984 situation. And he's been demonized for it. Okay? I'm not sure if I can say those things anymore because we're so radical here, right? By the way, thumbs this up, not even 50 thumbs up over on YouTube. Let's get those thumbs up. Now, Jensen himself is now being investigated again. And now we're going to have to play that video over at Rockfin because we can't play it here at YouTube for a doctor that is standing up with the people and trying to do his job and combat, all sorts of nefarious disinformation. I actually happened to be on one of the Union of the Unwanteds where Scott Jensen joined us and got to talk to him. And if you want to see that, again, go check out Ricky Verandis and all his work from the Ripple Effect podcast to the Union of the Unwanted. Look for that Jensen episode. But in my opinion, this guy is a champion of humanity. So YouTube, you know the deal. Make that free Rockfin account. Thumbs up the video, subscribe and share, and we will see you on the flip side as we let